Talks Hit. This is Ash, the neighborhood ninja, and I'm here with my boy, Manny Fresh, and KFT, like always.
Yay.
What's up? What's up?
We got a big show today, man. I'm super fucking excited about this one. No bullshit.
Oh, man, I'm super excited about all our shows, bro. I love getting a chance to kick it with my fellas, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege, my honor. Man, this dude is fucking funny as fuck. And if you haven't seen him yet, you must be living under a rock. If you haven't seen him on Twitch, if you haven't seen their vlogs, if you haven't seen their Palcast, I don't know what the hell you've been doing, but you ain't been living right, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor, like I says, to introduce my homeboy, Kegan the fucking creep, baby.
Yeah.
What's good, boys?
Yeah,
Wow, what an introduction, dude. I feel like a fucking superstar.
Hell yeah.
You are, brother. You are.
You are.
Man, I'm working. I got a long ways to go, but I'm working.
First off, I just want to congratulate you on the 100.
Hey, man, thank you.
That's a lot of work. You know, people don't think about it, but holy shit.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you guys know how it is. What episode are you guys on?
We're barely on 23 though, man.
See,
Hey,
telling you,
a
man.
bit,
I think some people look at it as like, oh, that's so easy. You just sit with your boys and talk, and it's like, yeah, like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that that's a hard thing to do, but recording, scheduling things, uploading, editing, all that stuff that people don't really see, they glance over. It's like it's you really got to want to do this.
Straight up, man.
fuck yeah, 22. You know, you hit 100. Holy shit, man. That's a lot of work hours in.
Right. Like I said, you guys know the grind, man. Realistically, you're not that far behind,
Definitely. Hey, so speaking of that, I got a quick question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How'd you start out? Like, tell us a little bit about your background, brother. Like, where you're originally from. You know what I'm saying? How you started sort of getting into coming this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I grew up right outside of Detroit. Probably about 5-10 minutes, not even 10 minutes from Detroit. But I found, like, I want to say, like, around high school is when I really started seeing, when I made people laugh, I was like, yo, this is dope, And there was, like, a lot of teachers at the time that were pushing me to join the theater classes, which I always thought was like the theater dorks and nerds, which it is.
Right.
But that it got me into, like, I was doing, like, musicals, and God knows I can't sing. But it got me, like, to love the stage, though. So I as soon as I graduated, the week I graduated high school, I went to a place in Royal Oak, not far from here. It's called the Comedy Castle, and a lot of comedians perform there. It's like it's one of, if not the most big club in the Metro Detroit area, very well known.
Okay.
And I started doing, like, improv because I always liked skits, and I was a big fan of, like, Mad TV and stuff like that. So improv was always where my heart was at, but the problem is your heart might be there, but the money is never there. So, like, performing it and acting it, that's when I kind of, like, learned, that especially what I do now, vlogging, it's the perfect thing, right? You get to put your own spin on, you get to be you, but everything is unexpected. There's no script, there's no telling jokes, but I knew to get my foot in the door, I was going to have to somewhat perform stand-up comedy. And I had been obviously like a juggalo growing up. So I didn't really have anybody to look up to, like, who in this scene has done stand-up and toured with these guys, So it was trying to start something brand new. And I had linked up with Spider. Manny, I don't know if you know him. He used to be the head of security for Psychopathic.
I don't think so.
You're not sure? Okay.
I know.
Yeah, so he was like he was there. Yeah, definitely a few years back, and was still there somewhat when I was first starting off. And he basically, I met him, and he called, like, Rob on the spot and was like, "Hey, I got this kid who does comedy. We should book him for the gathering." And Rob was like, "Yeah, send me his information. We'll get him going." So I got my foot in the door at a gathering event. It was terrible, bro. Like, my first set there, I bombed so hard. It was like Wednesday at 4:00, and it was like the last year it was at Hog Rock. So they were like searching cars that year. So there was like maybe 10% of the people even in the campgrounds. So I was still waiting in line. I had to get out of the car, walk to the stage, do my set in front of a roaring crowd of 5 people, and then head back to the car. And bro, it's never been done. Like I was put in, there was a bunch of music acts. Then there was me with like a 20-minute set, and then it went back to more music. People are like, "What the fuck is happening?" So,
20,
bro, it was so
minutes,
bad, dude.
That's a shit ton, though. 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like 4 o'clock. There was people setting up their tents. Like they didn't give a shit about who was on the stage. You know, like no one gave a fuck about them. No one heard about me. So, but apparently, from my understanding, either Rob had drove by in the golf cart or somebody did and relayed the message to him. And he called me when we got back, and he was like, "Hey, man, you know, we'd love to have you for this event," and then called me for the next year's gathering and put me on the actual comedy stage. So I don't know how, you know, like if you would have seen that set, you're like, yeah, this kid's a wash, you know. But anyways, it kind of spiraled from there. I had ended up linking up with ABK. And I did a lot of stuff with Native World, and he took me on tour. I had never been on tour. We had a fucking blast, you know, getting to see like shows and going across the country. And I'd never been to the West Coast or seen mountains. So it's what was it? Was it KFT?
Yeah.
You said you're out in Denver, right?
Yep. Denver.
Yeah, like that is fucking so ridiculously awesome. Like one of my favorite spots, man. It's like it's just gorgeous to see and be there, but it was like the people were so chill. And I don't know because like weed was legal when I was first touring there, and I think maybe that eased over some of the jokes. But oh my God, the friendliest crowd. I think I've one of the friendliest I've ever performed in front of. But yeah, so doing some tours with Killa, and then obviously Psychopathic at that point knew who I was, and they had me help with Psychopathic TV, running some shows there. You know, Rob pitched a show to me called The Sex Files that we ended up coming up with a name with, and did that for a bit. And then he pulled me on board to the Juggalo show. And then I think Psychopathic TV got axed. So, but I was still there at that time running social media for the Clowns. I was running their pages. And yeah, so I did a lot of the social media for them, and I was on board for Fearless Fred Fury when that released. I was doing all the media campaigns for that. So
awesome.
That's when I really got to meet, you know, Joe and Joey. And even though I'd done all this stuff and known Psychopathic, I never really met the Clowns till maybe 5 years into me doing this stuff behind the scenes. Even though I was at the office, everything. It's just we never really officially met. So once I had to do social media and they asked me to do that, when I went in there, one of the first during the interview is I pitched to them. I said, look, I only want to do the social media if we can like have fun with it. And by that, I mean, like, I was like, I see we should be doing skits and filming little stuff. And Shaggy was in the room at that time and had at that point, again, we were very new to each other, and he was like, I'm down, bro. He was like, I'm like, look, I'm a fan of the old Shaggy shows. And I think with today's times, with how easy it is to post videos and how big YouTube is, you know, we should start doing skits and stuff like that. It's not only does it help promote, but it shows a glimpse to everybody, maybe people that aren't even juggalos yet, of who you guys are. And you're not just some, you know, rappers that rap about scary stuff. Like to me, ICP was always, I didn't really care about the scary aspect. I thought they were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and I think a lot of people don't see that, and they just think, oh, they're scary clowns, murder rapping clowns, which is cool. That's great. But I always thought like those two together, Joe and Joey, are two of the best kept secret in like a comedic sense.
Yes.
You know, like they're the weekly Freaklies, Shaggy shows, bro. You can't fuck with those. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I tell everyone. Like when they find out I'm a juggalo or I like ICP, they look at me like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
And I'm like, "What's wrong with that?" And then at the end of the day, I was like, at the end of the day, whether you like their music or not, that's all good because it might not be your flavor. But I tell them like, these two motherfuckers are some of the funniest people on this planet,
So underrated.
Yeah, speaking of that, we had just spoke recently with Madman Pondo, and Pondo was telling us about we start talking about Stranglemania, and these two guys right here, man. They go. I'll let them tell you. Go ahead, guys. Tell them what you thought about Stranglemania. The commentator.
Kegan, well, you know what's up with Stranglemania.
Yeah.
Remember the first time you watched that shit? How great that shit was.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, man. I had the first time I ever seen JCW. It was I had volume 1 and 2, and I actually had them on. I believe it was VHS.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't even see Stranglemania till later. I saw it was like JCW volume. You know what I'm talking about? There was like a red one, a purple one, and a green one. I think.
Yeah.
Your blue one, yeah. Those are the ones I had. There was like some record store. I didn't even know. Like I was a kid, I didn't even know they did like wrestling like that.
Right.
But it said something on the cover, JCW Juggalo this, and I picked it up. It was Guido in 3D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that is the fucking dude. Like even if you don't like wrestling, how can you not fucking laugh at what they're saying?
I'm thinking of something that Jay said on that shit and it's making me laugh.
I still to this day when I talk to people and something happens, if there's a joke that I could take from those motherfuckers and use it out in real life, I fucking use it. And people laugh their ass off. And it's like, little did they know this is Juggalo shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
there's so many times where you hit the nail on the head. It's like I would hear a funny thing, or not even just from ICP, just something like a joke or like show me your butthole, stuff like that, for example. You know, like, and you say it and around people that aren't Juggalos, and everybody laughs, and it's like, yeah, that's like our humor too. I think they see the face paint and the media portrayed it a certain way, and they're instantly trained to be turned off to it, you know, or make fun of it. And it's like, man, that's the only thing. And for me, that's what I love about what me and Shaggy get to do is we're taking it to YouTube, and obviously YouTube, you know, pumps us in their algorithms, however they do it. And so many times we get comments straight up that it's like, oh, I don't fuck with ICP's music, but this channel's hilarious, or holy shit, like I never really got into ICP, but these dudes are good dudes, you know. And it's like I think just in my perception with how it is today, that's how you kind of create that connection, and that's how you beat that stigma of when you hear ICP and you're not a juggler, you're, oh fuck yeah, they're just some like talentless hacks, rap, like whatever the media says, you know, oh, they're not a serious band. It's like, fuck you, dude, you know. And I think this is a way that you can see them and kind of like take your blinders off for a second, you know, and be like, wow, man, they're actually fucking down to earth, humble, you know, funny fucking people. You know, maybe my fucked up perception is wrong about them.
Oh, if you notice, Kegan, on the what the fuck, the thing with Tom Segura, I was looking at all the comments and the Steve-O podcast with Shaggy in it, right? There's no negative shit no more.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's beautiful.
Don't take my word for it. Look at the comments yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, let's see who's talking shit, and nobody.
Exactly, man. Because it's people are starting to see that in the light, you know. And one thing, I mean, when I was working, you know, with Joe and Joey and trying to come up with these ideas for Fred Fury and stuff, you know, like I told Violent J, I was like, man, one thing that I loved that you guys did was on your OG albums, you had the secret hotline song, right? And you had to piece together the numbers, and then you would call the hotline. Who was doing that? You know, nobody was doing that.
Nobody.
So I told Violent J, I was like, bro, what if we modernized it, where now that we have things like Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, what if we made a social media scavenger hunt based around the same thing? Nobody calls landlines anymore, but what if we piece together a phone number using skits, and we put one on Instagram, one on Facebook, one on Snapchat, whatever it was, and we let them all put together the number. And then when they called, it led to a surprise. And Violent J was like, dude, that's how we're going to release the track list. He was like, that's fucking awesome. And he was like, that's so he had the track list ready for us. Me and Josh created a secret website. So once you called that number, it was me that left a voicemail. It was supposed to be Violent J, but he wasn't in the office that day, so we had to have it done. So I just ended up recording the message like, you reached the number, blah, blah, go to this website for a surprise. And then as soon as you went there, it had an unreleased photo of the boys with the whole track list for Fred Fury. And I remember like all of social media was like going nuts when that happened. Everybody was like, this is the coolest shit ever. And that's when I was like, this is exactly how I wanted the social media to be. Okay. You know, like it should just be fun. But reusing the classics that they did, you know, that was the inspiration. I didn't really bring anything new for that to the table. It was just, how do you take something that was a cool moment like that and make it fit with today? And I think we all got together and put our heads together and came up with a fun way.
That's cool, awesome, man.
Yeah.
We also spoke with Clay, and Clay had released a vlog, and he's getting into his vlogs now, where he's gonna start up like a series and stuff. And I was like, oh, that was badass. So I seen it, and it just was released this past Friday. And man, I was watching it and I had no clue. I had a feeling, but you guys had never said nothing, so I had no clue he was gonna pop up with you guys. And I'm watching it, and I'm not gonna give it away because they need to go check it out themselves and watch it. But oh my God, man, you guys fucked that grill up, man. I was laughing my ass off, and I didn't say girl, I said grill.
That grill, boy, that barbecue. Yes.
What the
fuck? We had so much fun at the gathering, dude. It was like to be able to go around and vlog. And what was kind of interesting is this was also something when I was doing social media and helping out full time at Psychopathic. I pitched I said, look, I think with today's technology, we can put together a team and bring back what the Shaggy show captured. And what, like, I look at things like ABK's Road Fools and Purple Show and Shaggy shows and all these things that I remember growing up where it made me fall in love with the scene more because you got to see who these guys were. They're like us, you know, and it like humanized it in a sense. So I was like, what if we did we dedicate maybe a day or two behind the scenes and we all do some funny skits right here in the office, and we can have somebody edit them. And, you know, not only obviously it's great promotion, but we're staying current, where, you know, more faces get to see us. We get to grow the audience, and all the OGs can have hopefully that feeling again, you know, of seeing that show. And everybody was on board, obviously, and had supported it. But we had wanted to do it. And then finally, it seemed like everybody was busy working on other projects. And it seemed like when it was time to shoot, it was always just me, Shaggy, and Josh. Right. And we were like, so it kind of became like, all right, well, fuck it. We're all ready to rock and roll, you know, like let's just see where this goes. So we started filming and started with a few vlogs. I listened to part of the interview you guys did with Shaggy. Like he said, we did the first one by the freeway, just picking up garbage. And I remember at the end of that, like we got back to his house and I was just like, fuck yeah. I just felt like I felt like I had not delivered, like I wasn't funny. And I was like, dude, I apologize. And he told me, he was like, hey man, it's going to take a minute to build chemistry. You know, we're still all new with each other. And he was like, he gave me kind of a motivational speech, you know, where he's like, don't be so hard on yourself. Like we had a good time today. And then when we started editing it, I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It was kind of funny. And it's only blossomed from there. Now, me and him on whatever we do on a vlog tip, we're always on the same page. Same with Josh and Renee, and we're all on the same page. But it does take time. You guys know that.
Yeah.
You know, even if you all are boys, when you start working on a project, it's a different kind of experience. You all have to be on the same page, and it takes a minute. But once you get it, like look at you, you're already on episode 22. You're banging out, you know, interviews and things like that. You've found your process.
It's finding that flow, you know, connecting and all that shit, you know.
Exactly.
Man, it's work. Yep.
Absolutely.
Now, Kegan, I'm gonna switch it up for a hot second. Let's
go.
A quick five top comedians that you love, brother.
Yeah, I want to know
top
that too.
five.
Yeah.
Top
Okay, here
five.
we. I'm gonna go with like who's inspired me.
Yeah, there you go.
Top. It's hard to put them in any order, but top of the list. My top tier. You got to go Bill Burr.
Uh-huh.
I love Bill Burr. He's very angry. He's which is a style of comedy I am not. So I think I appreciate that more. So Bill Burr. Obviously, you got to throw my man Tom Segura in there. He's just hilarious. I feel like there's a lot of similarities, like in the way we tell stuff. One of my favorite comedians right now, Sebastian Maniscalco. I don't know if you guys know him, but holy shit, man, he is fucking hilarious. I know everybody hates him now, whatever, but I'm still a Louis C.K. fan. I love Louis, whatever. He did his thing. Boy, then you're going number 5. I'm gonna switch it up. This is somebody I admired their style growing up. I first seen him on the roast at Comedy Central, but Anthony Jeselnik. He's very dry humor, very blunt and pretty harsh. Again, another style of comedy I don't do, but it's hilarious.
That's crazy, man. Cause I would say like my top 3 would be Pablo Francisco.
Okay.
Mike Epps and shit. I think Mike Epps. I like that ghetto type comedy, man. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But who would be my third? Shit.
Eddie Murphy, bro.
Pablo Francisco.
Eddie Murphy.
You can't say Eddie Murphy. That's like calling out Hulk Hogan.
Right. Yeah. I remember the first time I seen Raw. That was oh God, shit. What a special, man.
Yeah. Saw it like 25 times in a row.
Well, that sounds like, and then you bring up a good point. Like, there's obviously like I'll always respect like Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
you know, another obviously guy's fucking hilarious as shit. It's so tough, but those are like the ones that I really admired and tried to take something from. You know, growing up.
Hey, Kegan, do you like Chris D'Elia? Because he's my top right now.
Oh my God, let's go. Yeah, man. Yeah. He's also he has a weird dry sense of humor. Yeah. But man, he's fucking, he's hilarious, and he's got that podcast he had, man. That thing's badass.
Yeah,
great show.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. Son of a bitch, but
I know. It's been a minute since I listened to it, but I know when we were first editing vlogs for Shaggy and the Creep, our I guess you say producer Josh, he would always have his podcast on, you know, him and Tom Segura, Your Mom's House, and those would always be playing, and we listened to him, and Bobby Lee, I don't know, from Mad TV. Yeah, he's so funny.
So I bet that was the shit then when you made it to the podcast, right?
Blew my mind. Yeah, it was.
You were sitting there in front of him. You did good on it, man. That shit was cool.
Yeah, you did great.
See, I was just so, like looking at it, I just was like, man, I felt so flat. And I told Shaggy when we left, I was like, dude, you were on fire, and obviously roll with it. You know, he was hitting home runs. And there was some points where I was just like, in the moment, I'm like, this is actually crazy, you know, because you think you're sitting here doing these vlogs, and I guess in my mind sometimes I don't really think that like people are really watching it, you know, like I just get into this mode where you're just used to filming it, and this is what we do. But a lot of it, I would say, is because of COVID. Like when we dropped our first episode, it was January 2020, and the world pretty much shut down in 2 months, which completely threw everything we had planned, you know, out the window. So until this year's gathering, I hadn't really been around a crowd of people, like in that sense, like that amount of people. And when we went to the gathering this year, I was so blown back because it seemed like damn near everybody knew who I was at that point. And I guess you don't think like that. Like, I still don't think like that. It's hard to picture that, but I was like, oh shit, fuck, like holy shit, like people they are watching. To me, it's a weird feeling because not seeing people for so long. and then getting that initial reaction, like, oh man, everybody's telling me that, this vlog's their favorite or this moment's their favorite, and every one of them's different. And it's like, whoa, it's like, man, this one had terrible views, but somehow that's your favorite, So it's tough.
So you've been getting mad love?
Yeah, I have, man.
Everything good?
It's been awesome. And not just that, what I'm like talking to you guys is what I love, because I hope at like what we're doing at the core of everything is I'm hoping that this inspires even more people to be like, oh, I can fucking do that.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't we all taking over YouTube right now? Why aren't we all taking over Twitch?
Definitely.
And I get a lot of people that are streaming now that they'll tell me, like, oh, thanks for, helping me stream. I'm like, I did nothing. All I did was do it myself, and it was your brain that sparked and said, oh, I need to start doing this, But that's what I love to see, man. It's like, I think a lot of us are very fucking funny people, and I guess I get that grind because I've been behind the scenes since I was 23, 24, opening up shows and, maybe being an opener on tour or having a little show like at Psychopathic, but no one ever really knew me in a big sense.
Right. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Check this out, Kegan. I didn't know who you were when the Shaggy and the Creep Show was announced and shit. You know who I thought you were, and like, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking shit.
No, it's all good.
Like, I thought you were the guy that was singing on the satellite video.
Oh, Angie?
Yeah, I was all like, oh shit, I guess they're homies, right?
That's crazy. No, that's awesome. I mean, hey, Ant's my boy, and I wish I had a voice like that. Right. Like I said, my life would be so easy if I could do music.
Yeah,
but I'm absolute trash at that.
So when that shit went down, me and my brother were talking, and we're all, let's see how this guy hangs with Shaggy. Let's see if we could. Yeah, because that's a hard task. And you pulled it off now. You're pulling that shit off.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you're killing that shit.
Yeah, and fuck, man. Like I got like even just goosebumps hearing that because again, I'm not used to hearing stuff like that. And I remember one of my biggest concerns doing this. It wasn't a concern because I knew this is what I wanted to do, but I'm not going to front. I was a little nervous because I know how harsh juggalos can be. And I know it's like, dude, you can just go out the gate and be hated. And I understand that. And a lot of it I get because there is in this scene, there's a lot of people that definitely have here and there popped in to just try to make a quick appearance. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really in it. You can kind of tell who's faking the funk. But I didn't want people to kind of be like, who the fuck is this guy? He's a fucking nobody. It's like, you don't know how people are going to react. I had no idea. So it was just, but I'll tell you what, the one person that had the most fucking confidence and faith was Shaggy. And he was like, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't comfortable or wasn't feeling it or didn't think this was going to work, And he always said, man, he was like, just fucking be yourself, dude. Like, don't overthink it. Just be yourself. And he was right.
Yeah, because Shaggy is a massive character to be standing next to,
Yep.
So,
and here I am, just your average guy, no face paint. I can't do music. I've got no real accolades to my name,
I
very gassy. Very gassy.
Thanks, Manny. Thanks.
I wanted to say something, and I hope this doesn't sound bad. But
you cannot offend me if you tried. Seriously.
When I see you or whatever, and I talk to my brother about it, like I look at you like, man, this dude's a homeboy. This guys are like this. Like we could get along with this guy like that. Like I feel like I know you already.
Let's fucking go.
You in those podcasts with Shaggy, you know what I mean? And we talk to each other. Like I bet you, if we ever bump heads with this dude, it's gonna be the shit. You know what I mean? We're gonna get along like we knew each other from yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Is like I'm such, and I'll always be a people person. Like if you can't fucking not like people and do vlogs and want to go out there and entertain, you know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't go together. So all that stuff, like, and I know Manny hopefully can vouch for this, but it's like when the cameras are off, that's how me and Shaggy are. It's not an act. You know, we're constantly picking on each other and making fun of the other one, and we're boys. I mean, Manny, it's the same thing. When he sits down, we're fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And Manny, well, I got you here. I got to give you the fucking, like, just a serious fucking kudos, man, because you are like one of the realest fucking people, and I mean this because I know there's just instances. People talking about Shaggy and the Creep or whatever, and you've always been so fucking positive, and you're the same person to my face as you are outside anywhere. Like, you're one of the realest people I know, man, and I mean that.
Yeah.
So it's like I look at you like a legit, like, yo, we're fucking boys. I mean, I think what was the first time we really hung out was on tour. You know, it was what was it, the Wicked Weekends tour?
Wicked Weekends, yeah.
Me and you were doing chicken nugget runs, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's before the Shaggy and the Creep shit was popping off. We were like, dude, let's just do some Instagram shit. Everybody, the fucking Shaggy sitting in a bathtub of chicken nuggets. Who do you think went and got those nuggets? That was me and Manny, son.
Hell yeah. 1,000 nuggets. 1,000 nuggets, man.
Damn. I'm not just saying this here, but I'm telling you, like, Manny's, you're one of the fucking nicest people, and you're one of the most intimidating people at the same time. But I remember, Manny, I think one of our first bumps, we had knew each other, but it's not like crazy, like homeboy status. But it was at Hollow Wicked. It was the after party. There was the wrestling. I was a little sloshed, to put it lightly. I was a little drunk. And somebody was like, yo, it'll be funny if you, like, run up there and try to, like, do something in the wrestling ring. And I went up. I'm like, yeah, that'll be funny, you know? And I go up there, and I'm like, yo, Manny, I'm going to go in the ring. And Manny's like, no, you're not. And I was like, oh,
no, you're not.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll go back then and tell everybody that that's not happening. So, but yeah, he gave me like the nice Manny smile and was like, yeah, no, if you try it though, I'm gonna choke you out, and we don't got to do that. So.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember that.
Oh, I'll never forget that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that was crazy. Oh man. Well, but check it out. I got something off subject.
Yeah.
Because KFT is gonna love this shit because I didn't tell him about it. But KFT, and when we interviewed who was it a couple weeks ago? Straight Jacket.
Oh, my boy!
Yes, we interviewed. Yeah. We got to interview Straight Jacket, and that's gonna be coming up pretty soon. And man, he fucking. I told him about the studio. I told him about Straight Studio, and I was like, bro, this fucking dude is the studio is fresh as fuck, and it's covered with fucking Funkos. And KFT is a Funko freak, brother.
Let's go.
And check it out. KFT, bro, you are talking to the man of Funkos right here. Oh, my God. Kegan's house, bro. Wow.
Manny, and you see it after I had to get rid of, it was like about 400 or 500 of them. Because from my whole staircase going up, I used to have that whole wall covered. Now it's like a quarter of it. But they were stacked to the ceiling, and I'm like, yo, I can't. And that's just, I got shit in storage, shit that's sealed, you know, it's like insane. So I was like, man, I got to really, like, it's getting out of control, you know? So a lot of those you saw in Straight Studio, I gave him. Like, I would load up boxes, and he's a huge Batman fan. So anything I got Batman, I would just go give to Straight. So yeah, I probably gave Straight about 70% of those that are in a studio. But
oh my God,
no, maybe not that much. But I hooked them up, you know. But Straight's my boy, man.
I just recently picked up my favorite Pokemon. They finally dropped them on Funko Pop, which is the Pidgeotto. I don't know if you got that one.
Oh no shit! No, I didn't even know he was a Funko Pop.
Oh fuck! It's
bro. I'm a huge Haunter fan.
Yeah, that Pidgeotto's a shit, and I got the Dragonite.
Oh shit! Oh, I didn't even know that one. I got the big jumbo, the starters. You know, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pikachu, Charmander. Yep. I got the jumbo ones of those, and then I only got a couple of the small ones. But I think it's all starters. I didn't know they were doing all of them like that.
You should get that Pidgeotto, man.
Straight up. No, 100. That's a fucking flex right there.
As me and Ash sit here, and like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yes. Sorry. I'm a huge Nintendo mark. You guys know that. So
for sure.
You gotta catch them all. Goddammit.
Exactly. I'll catch the first 150. There's like a million of them bitches now. But
you know that theme song, right?
Oh, of course.
I fucking hate it because of this motherfucker.
You hate it?
Here. Yeah, because of this motherfucker. He'd wake me up for school to it. I was fuck this song, man. You know what I'm saying? And he had that shit blasting, bro. Fuck this.
That's fair. I can see that then.
He's traumatized.
Yeah, right.
He traumatized his brother.
That was good shit, though.
Yeah, straight up, man.
Yeah.
No, I love all that shit.
But shit, moving on to that, man. You're a gamer as well. Huh?
So it's tough when you say gamers. You know, a lot of time, like I picture in my mind like some PC gamer playing Call of Duty. I'm like, I don't even want to say old school because I think a lot of old school stuff sucks. Like, let's just be real. You know, there's some good stuff there, but yeah, I've just always been a Mario fan, man. Like that was the first video game I played as a kid was the first Mario Bros on Nintendo. I still got an NES, the whole power set in the box still. But yeah. So Mario will always be my favorite.
How people play online now and shit. Like my son, when he's playing, it sounds like he's having a motherfucking party in his room, and it's just him.
That's what I'm saying.
You know. And then he one time he asked me, he's like, "Dad, how did you used to play? How did you and your friends?" And I was like, "Those
have a seat, son.
All came over."
You know how you got your own screen and nobody can see where you're hiding? Yeah, we didn't have that. You know, everybody could just look at this. I'm like, oh, he's up in the top corner. There was no rage quit. You didn't get mad that somebody beat you online. You're sitting next to somebody, you'd swing on them. You know, like Mario Kart. Yo, that was a very toxic environment for me and my siblings. You know, sitting down and everybody's got a corded controller that you can't even like move it that hard. Yeah, bro. It's.
You know what? Me and Ash and homeboys, we used to plug into Mario parties from like 4 p.m, and we went out to like 7 a.m.
Fuck yeah!
Straight Mario Party. A big one for me was the WWF like WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy on the N64.
Yeah.
Yo, all night. I'd like to think so, but
I'll beat your ass on it. I'm telling you,
you probably will. You probably will.
Hey, that is Ash's flavor right there.
Yeah, man, I was really good at that.
Yeah,
I don't think there will ever be better wrestling video games than the Nintendo 64 ones.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
It just the memories, man. I don't know.
I was gonna switch it up.
I grew up a massive Street Fighter player, Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, and Samurai Showdown.
Yeah,
I love Mortal Kombat. I'd like to say I'm okay at it. You know, Shaggy's a big Street Fighter fan, you know, where he hates Mortal Kombat, loves Street Fighter. I hate Street Fighter, love Mortal Kombat. But, yeah, those – I mean, I've got – Manny knows I've got how many arcade cabinets? Like – oh, my God. It's insane, dude.
It looks like an arcade room, man.
Exactly. Yo, I know. I'm running out of room. Straight up.
That's why you get a new house, man. That's why you get a new house.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're working on now. Literally, I'm just painting the new house, and we're trying to get everything moved in. But, yo, we're going to have a legit fucking full game room. Like, that's just been like a dream since I was like, what kid didn't want to have a game room, you know?
Exactly, yes.
What man?
Yeah,
you're right. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Check it out, man. I just want to switch it up right quick. As we all see how crazy you are and how funny you are, man. Yeah. How do you guys come up with the shit that you do? I mean, Ash, when Ash was talking to Shaggy and he was talking about them bulls. Oh my God, man, what the fuck were you guys thinking, bro?
So to be fair, and just to address that, we didn't think that's what was going to happen. For whatever reason, I think we both thought, because, you know, Tom Wood had said something about being a rodeo clown. And he told us at the gathering, and we were like, yo, that would be awesome. But I guess Shaggy was thinking on the similar lines to me. I can't tell you if it was identical, but we were joking about how I would paint up like a clown. That would be my chance to do it. Like we'd be a rodeo clown. And, you know, they were going to be like little minis that maybe like you'd see at the fair, like up to your thighs or something, you know, and we would kind of make a skit out of it. And then when we pulled up and we're seeing like real cowboys, me and him both got out of the car and we're like, I don't think there was a clear understanding of what we thought we were going to do today, you know, and we like everybody had already like dedicated their time and set all this up for us. So we were I mean, you can kind of see it in the vlog. We had to cut, obviously, because of YouTube, we got to cut a lot of shit out. But we were both like, yeah, I don't think we were on the same page as you guys. Like, we thought there was going to be little miniature, like, donkeys and little babies, you know. But we were like, fuck it. I guess no, there's not a chance. Had we both known that that's what it was going to be, it would have never happened. But it's just one of those things that. But I do got to say, I got to give one of our secret weapon to a lot of our videos is Lucha Renee. I don't know how she comes up with some of these ideas for us to do, but she's been a brainchild behind a lot of vlogs, you know, at least startups. She's got us doing one this weekend that is absolutely insane. So that ought to be real fun to film. But yeah, she was the one that helped me with the payback video. She was like, by the way, she was like, he is terrified of bugs and spiders. Right. And so I'm like, yo, why am I sitting here trying to think about what to do when I have his kryptonite right here, you know?
Right? Yeah, so, buddy.
Yeah, I got to give a lot of credit to Lucha Renee. There's sometimes she comes up with shit so extreme that Shaggy's like, absolutely not. Like, no, I'm not trying to fucking kill myself doing this stuff. So yeah, she's out there. She comes up with some good stuff.
No, definitely. Hey, Kegan, you know what I noticed? I noticed something, and maybe I'm wrong, but I remember in the beginning of like the vlogs and shit, like say when Shaggy would get hurt, you were more like, oh shit, hey man, are you good? And this time on the bull, when the bull had him on the ground, you were like, ah, fuck him. Like I noticed that shit.
So in my mind, so I remember I was looking back because it was his turn to. I think he was trying to put the hat on the bull because I just did it and I got clipped.
Yes,
and then he was trying to do it, and I don't know why. He wants to backpedal, and you just need to step to the side.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, bro. And he was like, it's so fucking, you see in the vlog, he's like, oh, it's so fucking easy. I go, no, I'm not trying to attack you. Like, I just don't understand why you're not understanding from going left to right, from forward and backward.
Right.
You know, like, it starts running and you go back. If you just step to the left, it goes past you, you know? And he was just taking it head on. And that last one lifted him up, drove him to the ground to where I was like, yo, what the fuck? So they were already yelling, and they had this, the and it got off of them. But that's when the cameras cut. After that, when they had the big bull, and the cowboy guy that set that up, he came up to me because I asked Josh, I'm like, do we have that footage? And he was like, no, I don't think. He was like, I don't think I was recording then, and he wasn't. He waited till the cameras were off, and he came up to me and he was like, I know you guys are having fun and you're trying to be funny. He was like, but I'm going to highly recommend you don't do this next one. You know, he was like, because the difference with this one is he's going to hit you and he's going to keep hitting you. Where these ones hit you and take off, he goes, this one's going to stay on you constantly. And I think he saw how Shaggy's getting hit and driven to the ground. And it's like, yo, this isn't even the big one yet.
Yeah.
So that's when they were like, you know, we shouldn't. And me and Shaggy, we looked at each other because we were standing in front of the gate. And we were like, yeah, we better sit this one out, you know? So, thank God we did that thing. That's why we at least put a little footage so people could see the next one. And it was like, that thing was even fucking up the professionals, you know?
What I told Ash, I was like, did you notice how Kegan was able to sidestep and he added all this game to it?
Well, that's Madden, boy.
That's what I told him. I was like, it's video games.
That's all it is. That's hitting the juke button, man.
You play video games.
Yeah.
I just want to. I know our time is short right now, bro.
Mhm.
I just wanted to thank you, brother, for taking out the time out your busy ass schedule, because I know you got 1,000 different things going on. Which what I want you to do, I'd love for you to break it down for people, like I said, that have been under a rock, ain't been paying attention, don't really know. Maybe some people out there aren't savvy on the internet or savvy with
For
their
sure.
phones, this and that. So how can these people check you guys out, bro? Run that down for me.
First off, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that big time, and I appreciate you guys having me on the show. This is fucking awesome, man. I can sit here and chat whenever. So
Thank you.
and I feel like I made some new pals today.
Oh, definitely,
so
man. Definitely.
you guys are the shit. I didn't know you guys were video gamers and into shit like that. So that's fucking dope. Check out pretty much social media, anything Shaggy and Creep, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Obviously, YouTube's, man. Shaggy and the Creep Show. We got vlogs there. We do the Palcast over at the official Palcast pod. You know where to find it, man. We're going to keep the vlogs coming. We're going to keep the podcast coming. And goddamn, man, this is cool. This is really cool. I like being on other podcasts, dude. This shit's dope.
Definitely, man. You're gonna have to come back,
Thank you.
man.
Hey, when do your vlogs release, brother? Let the people know when your vlogs.
We're doing weekly. As of right now, we're shooting for Saturdays at noon, but that may change in the future. But the Palcast will be every Tuesday nights at 8:00 Eastern time is what we're shooting for. So lots of good shit popping off, man.
No, hell yeah, man.
Awesome. Yeah. As again, man, thank you so much, my brother, for giving us the time. We appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Ash, what are your thoughts, brother?
Much love.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you one thing about the Creep Show, because I'm the one that named the Creep Flurry. Remember?
Oh no, the Fist of Fury?
Yeah, the Creep Flurry though. That's what
Creep Flurry. Yes. Let's go, bro. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm not allowed to do it in a lot of states because it can kill people. So it's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah, so yeah, man. I love it though, man. I love it. And well, thank you for being on and shit, man.
Thank you guys, man.
Hopefully you could get back on soon. You know what I mean?
I'll be back when you guys have me back, and likewise, man. Hopefully we get to kick it soon, man.
Oh, definitely.
We can all sit down and play Mario Kart on the Nintendo together. Sit real close and personal.
Yes. All right, man. All right. Well, give a thumbs up if you know what's up, and give a thumbs down if you're down. Peace.
That's what's up. Thumbs up this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to Talk Shit Podcast, man. Come on, let's blow them the fuck up.
Talk Shit is a shit!